In this video, we're going to dive into the key differences between integration and assimilation. Whether you're studying sociology, cultural studies, or simply interested in understanding social dynamics, this video breaks down integration and assimilation in an easy to understand manner. Firstly, I'm going to try to define integration and assimilation before delving into some of the misconceptions about both theories and the bad effect that these misconceptions and misunderstandings can have on the broader debate about which is better. I will then talk about the reality of the separate strengths and weaknesses of integration and assimilation before concluding on which one or whether one is better. But first, please subscribe and consider joining my channel to support me making new videos and to get certain perks, like seeing new videos earlier and getting shoutouts and priority replies to any comments you send me. As well as this, I've tried a new colour format in this video. I've tried to make it really colourful because the video is essentially about difference, culturally. I would appreciate people telling me if they don't like it, or if they do like it, or if they find it distracting. Let's get to it. Integration and assimilation are two concepts that are often used interchangeably, but which in reality have very distinct meanings. In a nutshell, integration refers to the process of bringing together different racial, ethnic, or cultural groups to form a cohesive society, where each group maintains its unique identity and contributes to the whole. It thus presupposes the equality of all cultures within a society. On the other hand, assimilation implies a more one-way process, where minority groups adopt the dominant culture, often at the expense of their own identity. Conversely, assimilation presupposes the superiority of the dominant culture. Despite their importance, integration and assimilation are often misunderstood. I would now like to talk about certain innocent misunderstandings which happen around integration and assimilation. Then I will talk about the more cynical way certain ideologues approach both theories, and the consequences both forms of ignorance, innocent or otherwise, can have on the broader debate about which is better. Firstly, because of their seeming similarity, the definitions of the two are often swapped around and confused, with many people believing that integration means erasing cultural differences, whereas assimilation is a necessary step towards achieving a cohesive, equal society. Furthermore, certain ideologues purposefully misconstrue both definitions so that you are confused and pick the one they are more favourable to. They thus turn the question of which is better into a zero-sum game, one or the other, black or white. This zero-sum game can have serious consequences. For instance, if we prioritise assimilation over integration, we risk losing the diversity that makes our societies richer. This can lead to the suppression of minority cultures and the erasure of their identities. On the other hand, if we focus too much on integration, we might end up creating parallel societies, where different groups coexist but don't interact with each other. If we fail to understand the differences between these two concepts, we risk creating conflict, marginalisation, and social unrest. In reality, both integration and assimilation have their own strengths and weaknesses. For example, assimilation can lead to social cohesion and a sense of belonging, but it can also result in cultural homogenization. As well as this, only a kind of forced assimilation would ever fully get rid of minority cultures, and the consequences this would have on human liberty, even if you wanted to do it, would be devastating. So there is always an element of integration within a system that favours assimilation. For integration, on the other hand, it can preserve cultural diversity, but it requires effort and commitment from all parties involved. Any good example of integration also requires an immigrant to assimilate certain things, for example, the language of a country or their understanding of laws and social mores. To conclude, I don't feel that there is an objective, black and white answer on which cultural theory is better. Instead, I feel that all you can do is educate yourself on the two theories and make your own subjective decision on how you would, on balance, rather society be run. Do you want people to keep more of their own culture or adopt more of the dominant one? As you can see, however you come down on this issue, it is a relative one in my view. This is not black or white. There is always a bit of assimilation and a bit of integration in any system. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more educational content, and let's continue the conversation. If you have any thoughts on integration and assimilation, please share them in the comments section below. Until next time,